first time Maya Torres didn't show up for her shift, her manager assumed she overslept. The sixth time she didn't show up, but still clocked on the app, still got paid, and still sent her mama, "Love you, I'm fine" text. Maya had already been dead for 3 weeks. What nobody realized was that the girl who kept clocking in wasn't Maya at all. Hawthorne, Michigan, isn't the kind of place that trends on Twitter. It's a medium-sized college town with exactly one mall, 2 roundabouts everyone complains about, and a coffee shop on every corner. Maya Torres was 21, first-generation college student, neuroscience major, part-time barista at Hawthorne Brew Company, and the kind of daughter who sent her mom pictures of her notes just to prove she was actually studying. Got an A, mama, red heart. Double shift today, but I'm good. Promise I'm eating. Her co-workers say she was reliable. Her professors say she was quiet but sharp. Her mom says she was all I had. And if this were a different kind of story, that would be the whole thing. End credits, roll exam scores. Show her graduating on a sunny day. But you're here because that's not what happened. One cold Wednesday in October, Maya walked out of her apartment for the last time. No one saw her leave. No cameras caught her on the street. And yet, for months afterward, her life kept going online. Her rent got paid. Her paycheck hit direct deposit. Her location stayed active. People will tell you that the internet never forgets. What they don't tell you is how easy it is to make it lie. Before we go deeper, ask yourself this. If someone you love kept texting you, "I'm fine, just need space," would you believe the phone or your gut? Let me know in the comments. Maya's roommate, Lila Harper, was the first one to say something was wrong. At least, that's what she told us. They shared a third-floor walk-up, white walls, mismatched furniture, a fridge filled with oat milk and energy drinks. Typical student chaos. According to Lila, the last night Maya slept there was a Sunday. They watched a true crime docu series on mute with TikTok playing on Maya's phone at the same time. Around midnight, Maya paused the show, said she had a 6 a.m. open at the coffee shop, and disappeared into her room. No slammed doors, no weird text, no dramatic goodbye. Monday morning, her manager, Kevin, opened the Hawthorne Brew Company app and saw exactly what he expected, except Maya never walked to the front door. She didn't make a single latte that day. Kevin assumed she clocked in from the parking lot and bailed. Annoying, sure, but not unheard of. On Tuesday, it happened again. Clocked in. No shows. By Wednesday, she was still clocking in, still getting paid, still ghosting her co-workers. At the same time, her mom, Elena, noticed something else. For the first time in 3 years, Maya left her mom on read. Text mama, "How was your shift? Did the exam go okay?" No reply. A day later, text Maya, "I'm fine, just tired. Don't freak out." Elena exhaled. She told herself not to hover. Kids in college pull away. They get busy. But then, she noticed the punctuation. Maya never capitalized a word. Never. And yet this text read like a job interview. Proper capitalization. No extra emojis. It didn't sound like her daughter. Have you ever gotten a text from someone and known it wasn't really them, just from the way it was typed? Pause for a second and think about that. If Elena had trusted that feeling sooner, this story might have ended differently. Officially, Maya became missing 10 days after she stopped physically showing up anywhere. Unofficially, she was never really allowed to be missing because her phone never went dark. Her bank account showed small charges, $7.83 at a gas station, $3.49 for an energy drink, food delivery near campus. Her student email logged in from a dorm computer lab she barely used. Her location pinged in 3 different neighborhoods in 1 week. If you didn't look too closely, it painted a simple picture. Maya wanted space. When Lila finally walked into the police station, she looked annoyed, not devastated, not hysterical, just tired. She told the desk sergeant, "My roommate's been MIA for like a week and a half, but she's still clocking in at work and texting her mom. Problem is, I haven't actually seen her. Those are the kinds of words that land on my desk. I'm Detective Aaron Caldwell, Hawthorne PD. This case was mine. When I first heard it, I assumed one of two things. Maya was either avoiding someone, or someone was using her accounts. But there was a third option I didn't say out loud, because people don't like to hear it. Sometimes, the person who files a missing report already knows exactly where the body is. We pulled Maya's digital trail. Work logs, bank records, campus Wi-Fi check-ins. On paper, she was more active than before she vanished. She clocked into work 12 times in 14 days. She ordered food 4 times from the same Thai restaurant. She even allegedly swiped into the campus gym twice. But when we checked the cameras at Hawthorne Brew Company, she was never there. Not once, until one detail changed everything. Hawthorne Brew Company used a popular scheduling app. Log in, tap your name, hit clock in. If you were close enough to the geofence around the shop, the system assumed you were physically there. We pulled the geolocation data from the developer. Every clock in from Maya's account was geofenced correctly, within 20 meters of the front counter. But the cameras showed nothing. No Maya walking in. No Maya behind the bar. No Maya in line. Just one thing. Every time she clocked in, her roommate Lila was on camera. At first, the footage just looked like a busy college coffee shop. Lots of dark hair, hoodies, backpacks. But when we zoomed in on the employee login tablet, you could see a reflection, not of Maya, of Lila. She said she was just helping Maya by clocking her in so she wouldn't get fired. Maya was stressed, burnout, talking about dropping out and going off-grid for a while. It sounded almost reasonable. People cover for their friends at work all the time. But then we asked, why is Maya still getting paid if she's not showing up? Who's picking up that money? Lila said she didn't know. She shrugged, looked at the table. She was lying. We got a warrant for Maya's bank records. Turns out, 2 weeks after she went missing, her direct deposit information had been updated. Same account number, but the bank card being used with it, that was new, and it belonged to Lila Harper. At this point in the investigation, what would you assume? Roommate covering bills, or roommate exploiting a disappearance? Tell me down below before you hear what we found next, because this is where the story stops being about a missing student and becomes about a dead woman, armed with bank fraud and a web of tiny lies. We got a full search warrant for apartment 302. You expect certain things when you enter a student apartment. Laundry mountains, empty ramen packets, maybe a questionable smell. Maya's room had all of that, plus something worse. It had nothing packed. No suitcases missing. No drawers empty. No gaps on the bookshelf. People who decide to disappear don't leave half their wardrobe behind. We photographed everything, labeled every drawer, collected electronics, journal pages, a box of letters from home. Then one of the techs called out from the hallway. The coat closet by the front door, crammed with winter jackets and a busted vacuum, had something behind it. At first it just looked like water damage. A weird stain creeping up from the baseboard, but the wood along the bottom of the wall was newer, lighter. Somebody had replaced the trim. Recently, we pulled the building's maintenance records. No work orders. No leaks reported in that unit. So why was there fresh lumber and 3 screws that didn't match the rest? We cut into the wall. Behind the drywall, there was insulation. Behind the insulation. Let's just say we stopped calling Maya missing after that. We won't go into detail here, out of respect. But this much I'll tell you. She hadn't run away. She hadn't gone off-grid. And whoever put her inside that wall had done it fast, within hours of the last person seeing her alive. The medical examiner gave us a rough time of death, early Monday morning. Right around the same time she allegedly clocked in for that first missed shift. From inside that wall, Maya didn't send texts. She didn't walk into the coffee shop. She didn't update her payroll. Someone else did, and there was only one person with keys to the apartment. accessed her phone, and a direct benefit from her being gone but active. Lila Harper. We brought Lila in one last time. This time with a recorder on the table and a stack of printed screenshots. Clock-ins, bank transactions, text logs. First, she denied everything. Then she minimized it. Okay, I used her login a couple times. Whatever, she told me I could. Then, when we showed her the bank card, she broke, not into tears, into anger. Do you know how hard it is out here? She snapped. She had all this money just sitting there. She was just gonna leave. I did what I had to do. People say motives are complicated. They really aren't. In the end, most murders come down to money, ego, jealousy, or fear. Sometimes a mix. In Lila's case, it started with money. Maya had been offered a research internship out of state. She hadn't told her mom yet, hadn't told her manager, but she had told Lila. In a series of late-night texts we recovered from cloud backup, Maya wrote, Maya, I think I'm gonna take it. 6 months in Seattle. It's huge. Maya, they're covering housing. I might finally be able to help Mama. Lila, so you're just going to abandon me? Maya, you can afford a place on your own now, Lila. You said so yourself. The fight that followed wasn't written down, but we could reconstruct the shape of it from the broken glass, the bruises to be found, and the neighbors' half-remembered thuds through the wall. What Lila hadn't counted on was how much technology remembers. She knew enough to take Maya's phone, to learn her passcode, to respond to worried texts, to keep the money flowing. But she didn't know this. 2 days before the murder, Maya had enabled a security feature on her banking app, a liveness check using the front camera. The first time Lila updated the deposit card, the app flagged the check as inconclusive, but still went through. The second time, when she tried to increase the daily withdrawal limit, the software got suspicious. It detected that the person holding the phone didn't match the biometric template on file. So the bank quietly logged an internal fraud alert. When we reached out, they sent us everything. In the blurry, infrared selfie captured by the app, you can see Lila's face, squinting into the camera. And in the corner, over her shoulder, you can see the freshly patched coat closet wall. That was the one detail she missed. It wasn't the clock-ins. It wasn't the text. It wasn't even the bank card. It was a habit we all have of letting our devices see more of our lives than we realize. Lila eventually took a plea deal, second-degree murder, plus charges for identity theft and financial fraud. In court, she talked about rent, about student debt, about feeling left behind. She said she snapped, said she never meant for it to go that far. But she kept Maya's accounts alive for 4 months after the wall. 4 months of texts, 4 months of clock-ins, 4 months of pretending. Elena, Maya's mom, doesn't talk about the case much anymore. She still gets automated emails from the university mailing list. Sometimes we miss you at Hawthorne Brew Company. Promo lands in her spam folder with Maya's old employee discount code embedded in the URL. The internet, like I said, doesn't know when to stop. We can take people out of walls. We can prosecute bank fraud. We can close files and send boxes to the archive. What we can't do is fully erase a ghost that's made of data. So here's my question for you. If your phone kept sending messages after you died, who would be holding it? And would the people who love you know the difference? Let me know in the comments. This was the case of the girl who kept clocking in. Murder hidden in plain sight. Behind a screen we all trust a little too much. What would you have done if you were the first one to notice she was there, but never really there? If you think this is a good story, hit the like and subscribe button.